cost healthcare coverage. See if you are one of them. This is not Medicaid or Medicare. This is the marketplace with the largest selection of healthcare plans from the Affordable Care Act. Call 800-626-9042.
I'm Rachel Knapp in Washington, only on 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, 2 men are arraigned in Escanaba for multiple drug charges, with one of them also facing a felony firearm charge. Plus, we're live in Washington, D.C., speaking with a now former federal employee who was just let go following the recent actions from the Trump administration. And we'll have the latest on the ongoing talks to end the war in Ukraine. We're live in D.C. for that as well. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Checking out the planner for Michigan. It's still a cold one. Not as cold as last night, but that's a relative term here. A couple of snow showers will be coming through, particularly after midnight. Temperatures single digits, wind chill still below zero. Not extreme cold, but still bitter cold as we head into the morning hours on Wednesday. And we'll see some snow around the region, particularly in areas east of Marquette, municing toward Newberry, where some heavier squalls are still possible. More on the rest of the forecast later in the show. Kevin?
Tom, thank you. A missing Michigan Tech graduate student has been found dead following a days-long search effort. 36-year-old Matthew Sisson was reported missing on Friday. Today, Michigan Tech police say his body has been found, although no foul play is suspected. Michigan Tech police want to thank the community for helping with the search, and the university is offering support for Sisson's fellow students through its Center for Mental Health. Out of respect for his family, the department will not comment on his death any further. Today, 2 men from Wilson and Delta County were arraigned on multiple drug charges. On Sunday, Colton Brunette and Tristan Haffaday were arrested during a traffic stop, during which police found nearly 200 grams of cocaine, more than 100 grams of fentanyl, and other drugs. Brunette was charged with 4 counts of possession and intent to deliver, with a bond set at $75,000. Haffaday faces 8 counts, including a felony firearm charge. His bond was set at $85,000. Several of the charges are punishable by up to 20 years in prison, and Haffaday's firearm charge could result in a consecutive prison term. Both men are scheduled for a preliminary hearing on March 6th. And new details tonight, we have on an ice rescue that happened over the weekend in Delta County. Just before 7 a.m. on Saturday, the county sheriff's office, airboat, and other ice rescue units responded to 2 people who had gone through ice near the Ford River. They were able to climb out of the water, and responders found them standing on thin ice about 2 miles south of the river's mouth. Ice rescue units transported the 2 safely to shore, and no injuries were reported. In Washington, the Trump administration has been trying to reduce the number of federal workers. They have been firing or giving a buyout to the workers to meet that goal. In the latest cuts, the administration is now terminating federal probationary workers, meaning people who have been there for about a year or 2. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp now joins us live. Rachel, good evening. You spoke with one of those workers. How are they reacting to this?
Good evening, Kevin. So, of course, she's still processing this whole situation. She tells me that all these federal workers are now feeling on edge, worried that they're going to be the ones next on the chopping block. Now, she tells me that the reasons that the Trump administration gave her for terminating her, as well as other probationary workers, does not make sense.
I'm still processing this to some degree.
One probationary worker with the Department of Health and Human Services, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, has been with the department for almost a year. But late Saturday night, she received this letter from the acting chief human capital officer at HHS.
It stated that my position was being terminated.
It states her performance has not been adequate to justify employment at the agency. The letter sparked shock and confusion because not too long ago, supervisors gave her high ratings in her performance reviews, stating she exceeded expectations in her role.
People are being accused of poor performance, and that's not true. There was no intention. I've had conversations about the next year and 2 years, and there were long-term plans to keep me. So this was not a decision made by my leadership or my agency. It seems to be something that was decided at the top.
The Trump administration told agencies recently that probationary workers should be fired if they weren't meeting high standards. It's unclear how many probationary workers have been let go, but the latest data shows more than 200,000 people have worked within the federal government for less than a year, according to the Office of Personnel Management. This woman says her termination will not only hurt her teammates, but the people who are benefiting from her work too.
There's just so many negative impacts that this is having, and this is not being done in a way that's thoughtful. It's not being done in a way that's really considering like any impact on people. In my opinion, it's really, it's the most disruptive way you could do this.
Kevin, we reached out to the department trying to get an interview or a comment from them, but have not heard back yet. We have also heard of other reports from other probationary workers in different departments like Transportation, Veterans Affairs, as well as other areas have also been terminated as well. As for the person that I spoke with, she is of course very confused and just trying to figure out what's next if she should file an appeal. She is currently trying to scramble and find a new job because, Kevin, like many people, we base a lot of our major life decisions and financial decisions around our careers. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much. 1 week after a 90-minute phone call between President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, officials from the U.S. and Russia have met face-to-face for the first time in years. Our other Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is also live on Capitol Hill with details on the meeting and what it could mean for the war in Ukraine. Brendan, good evening to you.
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Yeah, this meeting in Saudi Arabia was the first face-to-face meeting between high-level U.S. and Russian government officials since Moscow invaded Ukraine in February 2022. Nearly 3 years after Ukraine was invaded by Russia. The U.S. now coming face-to-face with its adversary.
We have to understand that it's been 3.5 years since there's been any sort of regularized contact between the United States and Russia.
In a complete reversal of policy under the Biden administration, on Tuesday, top U.S. officials, led by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, opening a channel to discuss an end to the deadly conflict, among other topics.
The goal is to bring an end to this conflict in a way that's fair, enduring, sustainable, and acceptable to all parties involved. The work remains. Today is the first step of a long and difficult journey.
Rubio said the U.S. and Russia agreed to restore their respective missions in Washington and Moscow, and that the U.S. will create a high-level team to oversee a path to peace.
Month after month after month in the killing fields of eastern and southern Ukraine is unacceptable. It is not in the interest of either country.
National Security Advisor Mike Waltz suggested concessions by both sides may be inevitable to resolve the conflict.
There is going to be some discussion of territory, and there's going to be discussion of security guarantees.
Some experts say any level of discussion is better than none at all.
There's I think, a misconception in much of the United States that diplomacy is something that you only do with your friends. The position of the Trump administration is, one, that the world's a much more dangerous place when the world's two leading nuclear powers have no substantive contact or dialogue between them.
And Kevin, Ukraine was not a part of those discussions between the U.S. and Russia. Many leaders in Ukraine and across Europe are raising some concerns, saying that peace talks should not happen without Ukraine and its European allies present at the table. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much as always. Your first warning weather forecast with Tom DeVecchio is after the break. He'll let us know how long we'll have to continue dealing with these frigid temperatures. And later, Michigan Works hosts a job fair aimed at getting more workers for the Marquette Branch Prison. We're back in 2 minutes.
Shop hundreds of lazy boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
This job, it's about sacrifice for something nobler than yourself.
Here goes everything.
The FBI's are back in action.
Move, move, move!
We can stop this.
Eyes open, safety's on. Look at your back. Tracking down people who don't want to be found is our specialty.
CBS Tuesday is FBI night.
Well, done, everybody.
The FBI's are all new. CBS tonight at 8/7 Central and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Buckle's Party Store. It's where the party starts in Calumet with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brew beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckle's Party Store in Calumet. It's where the party starts for everyone.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk's big winter sale. It's that time of year when you spend more time on your sofa, more time on your recliner, and more time in bed. During Shunk's big winter sale, you'll save on the furniture you need. There's big discounts on all Flex Steel furniture, like this leather Flex Steel Power Reclining Groups, 55% off. And there's big savings on Lazy Boy recliners, over 35 different models to choose from, and they're all on sale. They start at just $449. Shop Shunk's big winter sale at both locations for big discounts. Shop Shunk's Marquette today.
Now, WZMQ TV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Tom DeVecchio.
Let's check out that frostbite risk as we still have some very cold air here. As you can see here, we're looking at the frostbite risk on Tuesday was pretty good, but it's starting to get a little modified as the temperatures go up and the winds go down as we head on through the end of the week. And the wind chills by tomorrow morning will be down close to 0. Still cold, but better than the -20s that we had from earlier this morning. And the wind chills will continue to rise into the single digits. So we're trending in the right direction, or at least in the warmer direction when it comes to those wind chills over the next several. We've had some heavy snow here, heavy snow bands. We had winter storm warnings across much of the eastern sections east of Marquette. And you can see as you go on through the balance of tonight, we'll continue to have these bands of lake effect continue on that northwest flow. They're inching toward Marquette, but they're also weakening. So while I think we will see some snow here in Marquette as we head on through Wednesday night and Thursday, the amounts won't be as much as what they're getting, the heavier amounts off toward the east. By tomorrow morning, another 4 or 5 in Munising on top of what's already fallen here, but Marquette barely a ½ inch. And then going farther down the road into Thursday, we're looking at some more light snow showers here from Marquette, couple of inches, while still higher amounts possible in the belts to the east. So lows for tonight dropping into the single digits, perhaps lower teens. That'll lead to upper teens and near 24 tomorrow with some light snow from time to time. And we'll have a 50-50 chance into Thursday. Marquette, you get a couple of inches out of this with temperatures moderating nicely, getting toward freezing and drier for the upcoming weekend.
Tom, thanks again. Coming up next on your 19 News, it's Peak Week at Northern Michigan University. We'll tell you about a summit they held today to go over sustainability projects. That and more when we come back.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions.
This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. Call 800-845-5191. Don't wait. Call now.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
These hands care for the herd. My hands need to be tough and sensitive. When my hands are dry and cracking, it's hard to do my job. That's why I use O'Keeffe's.
It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief.
And if it works for these hands, it'll work for yours.
Also try our new hand and body lotion.
If you are suffering from mesothelioma, lung cancer, or pulmonary fibrosis, you may be entitled to compensation, even if you smoked. Call Detroit-based Goldberg, Persky & White, working lawyers for working people for more than 35 years.
Get connected to your community and your world. Scan this right now for weather, news, video, community events, instantly at your fingertips. The app from 19 News. You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The Michigan Department of Corrections is looking for new hires across many positions in the UP. Earlier today at the UP Michigan Works office, staff members from the Marquette Branch Prison held walk-in interviews and provided information on the many available positions. Health and retirement benefits are also offered through the list of jobs, from correctional officers to general maintenance contractors. Michigan Works welcomes anyone interested in a position with correctional facilities to visit their office in Marquette.
Regardless of whether or not there is an open job fair or an event that's occurring, people that are interested in working with the Michigan Department of Corrections can talk to anyone at Michigan Works at any time, and we're happy to facilitate the application process.
The Michigan Department of Corrections holds these job fairs once every quarter. Northern Michigan University hosted its Campus Sustainability Summit earlier today. The event started in Forrest Roberts Theater, where speakers Chef Brian Flower and Courtney Gallagher from Northern Illinois University discussed their upbringing of a sustainable edible campus. The agenda also included a student-led panel and poster presentations covering sustainability projects by students. Today's activities kicked off NMU's Peak Week, offering many professional development opportunities, celebrating research, entrepreneurship, and collaborations.
This event is important for our campus community and for the larger community to learn different ways that NMU is working to reduce our energy use, to cultivate sustainable solutions and problem solving.
All events are free and open to the public through the rest of the week. 2 UP organizations are teaming up to raise awareness about invasive species. Our Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons tells us about an upcoming event and why the issue is so prevalent.
According to the MSU Forestry Innovation Center, many of the UP's invasive species are a side effect of global trade.
We move plant material, insects, disease around the world, and we're seeing more and more of those come into our forested systems here in the UP.
And they can cause serious harm to local plants, animals, and even people.
To the point of limiting regeneration of our trees and the importance of our forest products industry and wildlife that relies on those. We have some that are human health concerns, some that will cause chemical burns, respiratory issues.
This Thursday at 4 p.m., the Central UP chapter of Wild Ones will host Invaders in the Woods at the center, an educational event on how to identify some of those invasive species.
Barberry is a common landscaping shrub, which is quite invasive, especially in our forests. Spotted knapweed is kind of a field flower, which is actually quite pretty, but can deter the growth of other plants.
And ways to promote a healthy ecosystem, like natural landscaping.
A grassy lawn that we all, have kind of become accustomed to is kind of an ecological desert. Supporting pollinators not only supports our own gardens, but it also supports our larger agriculture in the area.
Thursday's presentation is free and open to the community. Wild Ones and the Innovation Center say public awareness and action are some of the most important factors in combating the negative impacts of invasive species.
It really is to create a mobilized community that knows what they're looking at and can call somebody. Once we get to it early enough, there's a lot more options for us to control it.
What we do on a small scale can really have an effect on the larger environment.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News, Escanaba.
AI is already making some aspects of our lives easier, and it's now helping to protect precious ecosystems. Scientists are using the technology to do what people can't, speeding up conservation efforts. John Paul Gonzo has more.
Diving into the deep blue, these conservationists are on a mission to protect this marine marvel off France's Réunion Island. They're using underwater microphones to record the sounds of the sea, to monitor the health of coral reefs in the Indian Ocean. To make sense of that audio, they've turned to AI. Artificial intelligence can help process years of data in a few minutes or hours, this researcher says. That makes it quicker and easier to work out the problems facing this paradise so it can be better protected. Scientists say it's proof technology could help turn the tide on environmental threats.
Mike Ludlum has your sports headlines when we come back. The NMU women's basketball team is getting ready for the post-regular season conference tournament. And later, a Michigan Tech hockey player has been named the CCHA Rookie of the Week. We'll tell you who it is when we come back.
There's new clues about why that plane flipped upside down at Toronto's airport, and one passenger's story of survival.
And homeowners in Southern California have a decision to make: rebuild or retreat from where fire is likely to strike again. That's our Eye on America tonight on the CBS Evening News.
18 strangers, different walks of life, different belief systems. But you all have one thing in common. You heard the call to survivor.
It's knowing that you're living the best day of your life.
This is my season. I've never went camping before.
I'm gonna get knocked down. It's not gonna be as hard as losing my sister.
Challenge yourself. Chase your dreams.
The new season of Survivor starts CBS Wednesday, February 26th, and streaming on Paramount+.
Hey everybody, Jerry O'Connell here. You know what? Let's play some Pictionary. Can you guess what this is? That's right. Weekdays, 9 a.m. only on CBS WZMQ. I'm not supposed to write letters, but don't miss it.
Pictionary, weekdays at 9 a.m. on WZMQ CBS.
You're watching home to CBS Mornings, WZMQ 19.
Looking for your next level in real estate? Look no further than Next Home Superior Living. Stephanie's not just any realtor. She's energetic, talented, equipped with the latest technology, and decades of experience to serve you better. At Next Home Superior Living, we're not just selling homes, we're guiding clients and customers throughout the entire transaction. That's Stephanie Jones of Next Home. Visit stephaniesells.com and let her work with you for your next home. Don't settle for ordinary. Choose Next Home Superior Living for your extraordinary real estate journey.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. And here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free. That's right, buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends February 28th. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. The NMU women's basketball team has clinched a spot in the conference postseason tournament. With 2 more wins than the last 4 games of the regular season, the Wildcats will secure a first-round game at Vanderbilt Arena. NMU visits Michigan Tech Thursday. Wildcats head coach Casey Thousand says Tech has momentum after Saturday's win over Lake Superior State.
Defense is going to be a big thing for us, making sure that we can slow them down. Obviously, Lentz is a very good player. Steadfast is having a great year this year. I mean, as a freshman, she's coming in contributing a ton. And they've kind of mixed up their lineup a little bit, so it's going to be a little bit different with our matchups with who we're guarding compared to the first time we played them.
They got Weisbrod back, so that makes it that much tougher to guard, but we're excited for the challenge. They do a lot of things well. I think specifically they share the ball really well. I mean, no one is really selfish on their team. They move it. Their posts can finish. All their posts finish.
Tip-off Thursday is set for 5:30, followed by the men's contest. Speaking of Michigan Tech, guard Adam Hobson has been named the GLIAC Offensive Player of the Week. The senior from Stoughton, Wisconsin, averaged 20 points in weekend sweep over the weekend. He shot 9 of 16 from three-point range. Hobson had 16 points in the 20th win over 20th-ranked Ferris State Thursday and 24 in the victory over 15th-ranked Lake Superior State Saturday. He was 5 of 6 from three-point land. Huskies lead the GLIAC with a 12-3 record. They'll try to end the regular season undefeated at home when they host NMU on Thursday. Turning to the UP basketball polls for this week. We'll start with the girls. Negaunee, number 1 in divisions 1 through 3, again followed by Gladstone and Calumet. Sault Ste. Marie and Ishpeming are next, and Houghton also picked up a couple votes. In Division 4, it was St. Ignace, number 1. Ewan Trail Creek is next. Then it is Munising, Baraga, and Hancock, with Lonson, Lakeland, and Hubble also getting votes. On the boys' side, Division 1 through 3, number 1 Marquette will host number 1 of the Division 4 poll, Forest Park, this evening. Kingsford is second, Iron Mountain third, then it's Westwood and Munising. And in Division 4, the Trojans, Pickford later this week will visit Munising. That should be a good one. Norway is third, North Dickinson fourth, and Ewan Trail Creek and Dollar Bay are tied for fifth. Michigan Tech defenseman Ryland Brown has been named the Central Collegiate Hockey Association Rookie of the Week. Brown had 3 assists in the series against Augustana, and he blocked 4 shots. He had an assist on the power play goal by Chase Pietla on Friday, then set up Alex Nordstrom for the first 2 goals on Saturday. Brown has 15 assists this season. That leads CCHA rookies and is 9th among NCAA freshmen. Tech wraps up its home schedule this weekend hosting Ferris State. The 6 seniors will be honored on the ice after Saturday's game. The Upper Peninsula skiing finals took place yesterday at Pine Mountain and Iron Mountain, and the Marquette girls won, followed by Norway and Ironwood, just edging out Houghton for third. On the boys' side, Marquette was the winner with Houghton second and Ironwood third. Your champions in the girls' slalom was Lucy Stern of Marquette, Sophia Roche of Norway for the giant slalom, and Sam Dolin of Marquette won both the slalom and giant slalom. Westwood's Olivia Letson on the left is the Upper Peninsula girls' individual bowling champion. Letson defeated her teammate Ashley Vile in the 2-game total pin final 317 to 298. They are 2 of the 5 members of the UP Dream Team. The others are all from Ishpeming, Negaunee: Sarah Harvey, Anna Salmonen, and Miley Phillips. 28 wrestlers will compete for the individual state finals at Ford Field in a week and a half. 5 of them won their regional titles. You see them on the screen, 2 in Division 3 and 3 in Division 4, and we will be right back.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the Better Business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
How much longer? Relax. I can't. This online betting thing is getting out of control. Come on, we're having fun. But we need to pay rent, buy books, groceries. Blah, blah, blah. They're called priorities for a reason. We'll get to those things. Maybe. This isn't gonna end well.
Don't regret the bet. For tips that will help you play it smart, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
Houghton's the spot where we get all 4 seasons, the snow, the shine, everything in between. So the shoes are everything. You know, what you have is going to help you perform better, perform longer, stay injury-free longer. Whether you're a runner, walker, or you're just looking for a shoe to get yourself through the day, we'll take an extensive approach to finding the shoe that's right for you. Whatever surface that you're going to be on, we've got you covered.
WZMQ 19 seeks a talented and dynamic multimedia account executive who thrives in a fast-paced working environment. Passionate, motivated, goal-oriented individuals should apply. Responsibilities include identifying the needs of local businesses, developing strong relationships, selling advertising on our TV, digital, and CTV platforms. Email your resume and cover letter to advertising@WZMQ19.com today.
Snow showers for tonight, half inch, maybe Marquette, much higher amounts off toward the snow belts to the east. We're up to 4 to 5 in the heavier bands out toward Munising, and 1 to 3 along the western shores. Temperatures will be in the single digits to the lower teens. Wind chill temperatures will still be at or below 0 throughout much of the night. So bundle up there into early tomorrow morning. Kevin, back to you.
Tom, thank you. Finally tonight, Marquette's Best Western Plus celebrated its grand opening today. This afternoon, employees and members of the community showed up to cut the celebratory ribbon in the hotel lobby. The opening comes after 14 months of construction with the help of groups and local businesses in Marquette. The Best Western Plus Hotel and Suites offers many amenities, including 3 floors of rooms, an indoor pool, conference room, and fitness center. The hotel is located off of South McClellan Avenue near US 41 in Marquette. That's all the time we have for right now, folks. We'll see you again at 11:10 Central.